Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading for New Year's Eve. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It is a beautiful journey that we're all on. I'm going to use what? Okay, I'll put that one back in the deck. It's a beautiful journey we're all on. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are interested in personal readings with me, life coaching, or you would just like to know a little bit more about me, everything is in the box below. I do intend updating it this week so you know where I'm at this year. But if you want to keep in touch, you can always whip over to the Aussie Goddess Facebook page and just like me over there. I keep everything pinned to the top of the page. So I think I took it down in the last few days because I had to update. So just give me a couple more days. I hope to get it done today. I'm on grandparent duty at the moment, so I've been a little bit out and about in the mornings helping my daughter. So life's a little busy at the moment. I really did enjoy the Facebook Live yesterday. I have the wish card jumping out on me here. So thank you for those who joined me for the super chat yesterday. I'm really starting to enjoy those. I felt very uncomfortable with them at first, but I'm really starting to enjoy the energy. So hopefully I get to do them more often. And I won't be on Instagram tomorrow. It's New Year's Day, so I'll be giving that a miss tomorrow. I'll probably still do the daily readings, though. I'll see how things are. They've limited the, because of the COVID outbreak where we are, they've limited New Year's Eve parties down to 5. So it may be a very quiet New Year's Eve for many people. Okay, did I say we were using the Connolly Tarot? I am. No secrets. All right, so we have the King of Wands coming through. I really love the King of Wands. All the kings have their own sort of power energies, or whatever you'd like to call them. But when the King of Wands steps forward, and don't forget this is some sort of offer coming in here. But when he steps forward, it's a different kind of offer. This is a person who knows what they want. They're going for it. They're a leader. They're very confident. They feel comfortable in their own skin. But they know what they want and they go after it. It's a lovely energy. Can represent Leo, Sag or Aries. But mainly we're looking at the energy of this card. And the energy here is someone who's very, very confident, knows very much what they want and how they're going to get it. And they are going to be very determined to bring something off here. All right, so we have the Five of Wands coming through. The Fives talk of conflict. They talk of disruption. And the Five of Wands is very much a card of internal conflict as well as external conflict. It's always that idea of, you know, is this the time to move forward? Do I do it at this time? That sort of overly, I guess, assessing a situation. So there's someone who's assessing whether it is the right time for them to step forward. And I would say, yeah, it probably is with the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune usually shows that there is some sort of intervention by the universe, some sort of stepping up from the universe. Generally, it's because somebody has put off doing something. It's very much the card of karma, closing something out or opening something up, whatever it is here. But this sort of says to me that somebody's sort of getting a little bit of a push from the universe to make an appearance or show their face. I think that they are ready, but they more than likely have got a little bit of a shove from the universe to say it's the right time to go. All right, so we have Leo, Libra, not Leo, we may have Leo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius coming through here. So the Queen of Swords is a person who is very articulate. She's logical. She does things from the mind rather than from the heart. but she's very clear in communication. She knows how to get her point across. Let me just take another card here. Okay, so we have the Magician coming through. Wow, this is incredibly powerful energy that I have here. There is somebody here who wants to get their point across. There is somebody here who is determined to be heard. Now with the Magician here, the Magician always talks about, you know, having everything you need to get something done. It's a card of manifestation. But somebody's really getting into this energy here, this Magician energy. This means that somebody has got a really good understanding of how powerful they actually are. So they're starting to realize that the power actually sits with them, which a lot of us don't really do. We tend to sort of get a little bit lost in the crowd, is what Spirit's saying. And we forget that we have this great power at our hands. So we don't speak up for what we want. We don't express our distaste. We don't, talk about what really makes us feel happy in the heart. And I feel this is such an important thing to do if you're going to have good communication with people. But some people are just not good communicators. They don't know how to express themselves. And it's often a problem within relationships, whether that is a relationship with a romantic partner or whether it's a relationship with a friend or somebody around. Some people aren't good at communicating. And that doesn't mean talking just. It means listening. It means receiving. And I feel like here that we have someone here who is finding their voice. I don't think this person's been a good communicator, possibly in the past. I don't think this person's really communicated effectively with you. They may have allowed their ego or parts of themselves sort of take over here. So for example, if you haven't got a really good confidence level or you haven't got a good self-esteem level, you might want to say something, but you may not find the place to say it or where you feel comfortable in doing that. A lot of us fear reprisal, we fear conflict, we fear that we're going to look silly when we do things. But the universe is saying here that somebody here, regardless of all these things, is about to make an appearance and communicate here in most likely a very passionate and generous way. All right, let's see what's going on. So we have the Eight of Swords coming through. I always think that looks like, oh golly, I've forgotten his name, Alan Rickman. So we might be doing a bit of Harry Potter here. This card talks about being trapped in a prison of your own making. It talks about being trapped within your own fears, anxieties, stresses. It is about us creating this idea that we can't escape from something or we're not able to do something. The swords represent communication. They represent the spoken word as well as our thoughts and ideas. So when you're trapped in this idea that you cannot move forward, sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. But see, it perpetuates, because the more you think, the more you sit in this energy, the harder something becomes, because you'll just give yourself more reasons to limit yourself on what you want to do. Now, somebody said yesterday something about blurting things out. And really and truly, blurting for us is far more natural than what this is. So sometimes when we want to say something, if we don't get into this, do I say it now? Can I speak up? What should I do? If we don't get into that energy, often we just speak. And sometimes that can mean, like I always say, I open my mouth to change feet, because I sometimes I do. It just comes out. And what is worse? What is worse? Is it worse that you're being honest and allowing something to pass through your mouth? Is it worse to hold back and not say anything? Because there is a feeling here that sometimes, even though you're blurting something out, at least you're being honest, at least you're putting it on the line. If your receiver doesn't receive it in the right way, well, maybe then you need to think about how you present something. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's just better for us to just get it off our chests. rather than sitting in this energy of fear, anxiety, stress. I feel like whoever you're dealing with here, whether this is a romantic situation, whether it is a situation with friends or family, somebody is really fearing coming forward on something. Somebody's feeling more comfortable sitting back, not expressing themselves. Why? Because of this fear. Let's keep going. They will communicate though, because we have the Page of Wands coming through. And there is some sort of new start coming through with this Ace of Pentacles. All right, so you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo here. I feel like you've been dealing with someone, and you could have been dealing with this person for quite a while. This could be someone in your family, a friend, as I said, a romantic interest, a lover, potential lover. And I really feel whoever this person is trapped within their own way of thinking. This is why the universe is asking them to take on the energy of the King of Wands, because the King of Wands doesn't fear. He goes for things. It doesn't matter, you know, like I always say to people, ask yourself when you're ready to move forward, what is the worst that can happen? If you're fearing something, ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen? And if it's that you want to ask someone out on a date and the worst thing that can happen is they say no, you're not going to die. You're not going to fall apart at the seams and melt into a little puddle on the floor. You're just going to have to accept that they're going to say no. But if you're holding yourself back and you're in this energy, think of the damage you're doing to yourself here by just worrying about a little tiny word that just says no. Because it seems really irrelevant then. But remember, you have just as much chance that this person will say yes. You have odds. Probably fairly equal odds, really. Maybe this person really likes you. Maybe the odds are really in your favour. But if you sit back on this fence, going through all the possible scenarios, about all you're doing is wearing down your resistance. Wearing out, wearing yourself out from worrying about, what, such a little thing. So, there is some sort of communication coming through here from someone. They want to make some sort of proposal to you here, some sort of offer coming through. I don't necessarily mean a proposal as in marriage. That could be. But this person does see you as somebody very, very important in their life. But they're holding back because of their own fears. And again, the longer you hold back, the harder something becomes. So if you have to take that leap of faith, you have to take the leap of faith and blurt something out, go for it. I'm figuring at the end of the day, if someone blurts something out for me, I'd rather they did that rather than over procrastinating about what the outcome possibly might be. Okay, so we have someone here who wants to step forward. The universe is pushing them here with this Wheel of Fortune to step into this power and take on this energy. No more procrastination. This person is going to come forward and make some sort of offer here to you. For some of you, it may be that somebody's wanting to ask you to do a favour. It may be that somebody wants to go into business with you. There could be a myriad of reasons here. But this person wants to step up to the plate. As I said, they see you as, you know, very important here. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords coming through. I'm going backwards and forwards with the anxiety. Some of you, it may have something to do with work here or money. Could be dealing with a Cancer here because we have the Chariot coming through. We have the Ten of Swords. Wow, I have the 10, 9 and 8 of Swords all sitting over each other here. And this card jumped out at the beginning. All right, but we do have the Ace of Wands. I'm going to leave putting the last card down for a moment because I want to pull this apart a little bit. There is forward movement here and there is a brand new start. So someone will come forward here, whatever this situation is for you. Now, it could be that because it doesn't look like there's any particular thing here. I feel like I'm talking to people about a lot of different things. This person is going to take on this power here of the King of Wands and step up for sure. They want to offer you a new a new start here. But what I have here is this sort of like two energies. I have this energy of confidence, really self-assuredness, knowing what I want. I know what I want to go for. I know what I'm asking of this person. It's all here on this side. But on this side, all I have is stress, regret, remorse, disappointment, worry, low self-esteem, low confidence. So the energies are really sort of split here. So I feel like you've got a person here who one day gets up and goes, right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to step up. I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to make this right. I'm going to make this offer. And then later that day, they're in that energy of, I don't really think I'm good enough. I don't really think I'm worthy. Perhaps this person doesn't feel the same way as me. This person may not accept my offer. And they're back in this energy again. So it's almost the energies are like split down the middle here. Let's have a look and we'll put the last card down. So what's happening here is the universe is taking over. The universe is saying here, you can't keep doing this. It's got to stop. You actually have some sort of destiny here to follow. You cannot keep doing this. You are making a mess of yourself here. You need to take up your sword. You need to speak up for yourself and remember your power here. Remember who you are. It's so important. You have everything you need. It's just your ego pulling you back here. It's nothing real. It's just your ego. And I say to people, whose voice is it that you're hearing? When you hear these negative comments, whose voice is it that's in your head? Because it's certainly not your own. You actually know your power, otherwise you wouldn't be coming up with this energy. But you keep going back to your ego energy here. All right, look at this. Yes. All right, I love it. So whoever you are and whoever I'm speaking to here, or if you are the person that's anticipating this conversation, this call, this contact, communication, all of those C's. If you're waiting on someone here, they are contemplating. They're contemplating still, but they're coming up as the King of Swords, which is always a good thing. At the moment, his sword is down. So he's not quite ready. He's not quite cooked, as I say. But he's nearly there. So if you're waiting, whether they're male or female, they are taking on the energy of the king and they are ready to speak up. Let's pull some more cards on it. Okay. I've got to say there isn't only one major arcana, which is the Chariot here. So I feel like it's very much sitting in this person's hands at the moment, although the universe are trying to get this person to move forward on this. This person is receiving communication. They're just not listening to their intuition. They're a little bit sort of stuck in their logical mind, which means the ego has more chance of getting through. Now, if this is you and you're sitting on the fence, I want to say to you, you're probably right at the borderline here of the universe stepping in. Right on the borderline. And the universe is saying here, you've got to use your intuition. You've got to use your intuition here. All right, I'm going to pull a card at random here. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Okay, yeah, the universe is about, I can show you what they're about to do here. The universe is saying you're going round in circles here. You're actually hurting yourself more by going round in circles. You're doing the same thing over and over again, which we can see in the cards here. The shall I, shan't I, do I, don't I. If this is you, it's going to have to move aside for you because they're showing you your power here. They've given you some sort of gap here to see through what you're doing. So you're going to see what you've been doing here. If this is your person, the universe is showing them here. The Page of Pentacles is about moving forward and giving an offer. Something sort of fairly substantial. It could be, you know, something, some sort of physical gift that this person could give you to sort of ease their own discomfort. But the universe is definitely removing the mask here. They're taking you out of this Five of Pentacles energy here. So if this is your person, they're moving something aside here to help them to see what they've been doing all along. And I'm sure when this person finally steps up to the plate and does what they're supposed to be doing, they're going to feel a little bit silly that they took so long about it. It's the greatest journey, is understanding the intuition and the ego, and how to allow the ego to move aside. All right, let's just get you an oracle card. All right, I'm going to go with the Starseed Oracle here. I almost feel like I should pull one at random here too. Let's just do that. Okay, Earth pulsing. This talks about slowing down and time in nature. So maybe they're asking you to take time out to allow your intuition to come through. They've opened the door for it. I just saw cracked open. I'm thinking, yep, that pretty much sums it up. All right. A mysterious pulse is woven through all of life. The planet has a rhythm. You can see it in the seasons and the tides. In the world of artificial lighting, long working hours and modern conveniences, it's easy for us to feel stuck and off kilter. It's time to reconnect with nature and surrender to the pulse of the earth. Earth pulsing is my favorite tool for surrendering to the rhythmic pulse of the mother and the entire universe. Today, many of us are disconnected. I want to say to you, this is what it's about. You see, whoever you're dealing with here, and if this is you, you are disconnected from the source. That's why you keep going back to the ego energy. It means you're not connected to Mother Earth, the universe, God, whatever you see as your higher power. You're not connecting. If you were connecting, this part of you would find things easier because you'd be listening to your own instincts, your own intuition. And I feel like this is what, because it says when you consciously connect with the earth, a veil is lifted and she opens up and receives you more fully. You're able to drink from her sweet waters and release what no longer serves you. Stagnant energy falls away and you become connected to all things on the planet. So I really feel like you're being asked to connect back to your source. And you can do this by spending time in nature. So that's the sort of advice that the universe is giving to you here. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.